What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again, guys. I have the 2025 Christopher Bell Rheem Toyota Camry here in the studio. Interesting enough, this car didn't get produced last year outside of the Phoenix race to win. Let's check it out. And here we go, folks, with the Diecast in hand. The Rheem Toyota Camry here in the studio. Got Christopher Bell right there in the front of the box. Got Joe Gibbs Racing, the new look logo, which I want to say they used this for the Xfinity Series for a while. It's the Joe Gibbs Racing font. So they kind of updated their team cup team logo, that is, 2025. He won Phoenix, as I already mentioned, in this car, but I'm not sure how many differences there is between this, the 2025 edition and the 2024, but for whatever reason, they didn't produce this in the standard last year. Unless it's going to pop up at an Authentic's wave or something, but outside of that, it didn't get made there. So anyways, let's go ahead and open up the Diecast and take a closer look. Diecast out of the box, and welcome to today's video. First, I want to say thank you for tuning in, by the way. So this car right here, one thing I notice about every time he runs it, there's usually some random logos that change on the side of the car. So that's one little thing that he usually does. And the Rheem car, he's actually had a lot of success in. Obviously, he won Phoenix in it, but he won his first ever NASCAR Cup race in 2021 at the Daytona Road Course. Yes, if you remember that. He won that event. And then he won, what was it, New Hampshire, I think, that year in the Rheem car. So, and then 2024, he won New Hampshire, I want to say, in this paint scheme. Am I tripping on that? I might be tripping on that, guys. I don't know. My point is he's actually had a lot of success with this, so that's pretty cool. You got the bell right there on the front windscreen with that nice satin matte touch on the window bars, and then the gloss on the rest of the plastic. Got Toyota there. Rheem. The logo is just a little bit off-centered. That's unfortunate. Love the new styling of the Toyota Camrys, man. The hammerhead style front headlights. It's so unique how, like, the way the headlights are, they appear right on top of the crest of the nose. I like that. Camry with the Toyota badge, number 20 there. Got Sunoco. Very clean front end of the car. You know, that's one good thing when you have a front end of a diecast that is, a bright color, a Menards, or in this case, just, colored white. If you have a raced version of that diecast, every little bit of rubber and dirt and grime you're going to see on the nose of that car, which traditionally is the heaviest part of the wear outside of the left and right rear fender wells. That's going to make an amazing race to win diecast. Hopefully, one of these days we could do a review on the Phoenix win. I have yet to be able to get that one, but one of these days I would love to. So one little, I wouldn't say pet peeve, but one thing I really, really, really wish the Rheem cars would do is I wish they would use more of the real estate for their logo. That's just one little honest design critique. In terms of the actual paint scheme itself, it reminds me a lot of his Xfinity Series days. So that is cool. And, I remember watching him win the Xfinity Texas race in 2019 in person. So that was kind of cool. You're watching him, in the Xfinity Series, he wins, and then now he's in the Cup Series running for championships. It's pretty cool. Got Mobile One right there. Reesers on the side panel. Goodyear, Cup Series. Got C-Bell above the driver name window. D-Wall, interstate batteries. And speaking of D-Wall, let me show you something really cool, fellas. Let me tell you, if you're a Christopher Bell fan, tap in. Go ahead and get you some over there at Circle B Diecast. They got the D-Walt car. They got the Rheem car. They have the Coke 600 Raced Win car from 2024. Go ahead and tap in if you're a Christopher Bell fan. You could use that promo code down below in the description if you'd like to save on shipping. You don't have to, but hey, man, I try to keep everybody updated as much as I can. If you're a fan of a certain driver, I like to talk about all the paint schemes. Everybody, all the fans of NASCAR Diecast, I want them to be able to come to this channel and be able to see their favorite drivers' diecast, right? And for me to be able to talk about those diecasts. So there's something for everyone. That's what I want it to be, more of a community type of, atmosphere. And that's why I like talking about all the different paint schemes and drivers, the history, just everything about NASCAR Diecast here. Got Toyota right there in the back bumper with the Mobile One logo, number 20 once again. Interesting enough, the 20 on the back end of the car is the only white 20 on the entire portion of the car. That's kind of interesting. Got XSE and the Toyota badge right there. Rheem. So we're here to the right side of the diecast. So what I'm trying to say about the side panel here is, if I remember correctly, and this was definitely on the 2023 and 2022 edition of this car, which I want to say was mostly red and black. This one's mostly black and white with a little bit of red. They would have a whole bunch of different logos on the side. So that's something they would do each week. They would change it up and they would do different logos. I know they're a great example of this. And hey, let me tell you, these diecasts are pretty cool, man. You're going to like this one. The Red Bull cars, they do the same thing with the quarter panel over there near the fuel gauge. Every week they'll, every time they run the Red Bull cars, they'll have a different retail chain, if you will, on the side. So both of those sponsors, they operate pretty similarly in terms of the sponsors around the side. At the top of the diecast, you do have the number 20 there. There's a little bit of an oopsie-doo right here of a line that kind of got pressed down and cracked. What happens is they didn't fully press the white decal down, and they was already probably dried, and then they pressed it down to form it to the car, trying to make it look better, which obviously, that's a good thing. The problem is the decal is already hardened and it's split. That's unfortunate. It happens. I've got the number 20. So glad Joe Gibbs Racing still runs the bold font 20 on the roof. They have literally been doing this since Tony Stewart back in the Pontiac days. I'm not kidding. It's kind of maybe it's an inside joke over there at Joe Gibbs Racing. I don't know. Like, they always run the bold font 20 on the roof. I love that they do that. Got Rheem.com on the roof of the car. Maybe I'm tripping on this, but it almost looks like the Rheem.com logo is orange. Am I tweaking on this, fellas? I don't know. Like, you see the outlining to the 20, it looks red. Then you look at the Rheem.com, it's orange. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that or not. And Rheem on the deck lid, and then you have one of the more interesting placements of contingency panels on the deck lid, where I don't think you can actually see it unless you walked up to the car, because the TV cam is facing this way. It's going to be backwards. So if they have sometimes they'll run a camera right here behind the spoiler because the spoiler's clear, and maybe you can read it there. I don't know. So anyways, folks, what do y'all think about this Rheem Toyota Camry, guys? I think if you're a Christopher Bell fan, it's actually really cool they made this one for 2025. Again, they didn't make the 2024 edition, which I'm still kind of puzzled by because Christopher Bell is a really popular guy. Unfortunately, they don't make a lot of his diecasts. I mean, he runs like 15 different DeWalt cars every year, and only one of them get made. So that's interesting. That's all for now. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, fellas. Have a blessed one. Diecast Buffet signing off.